So we've been talking for like 2 years about getting some upgrades done to Scampy. Well, today's the day. We finally have the time, we have the money. We're heading to Bacchus, Minnesota to the Scamp dealer, and we're gonna get a repair or two that are needed on Scampy done, and we're gonna get some upgrades done. In Minnesota, there's 2 seasons. We have winter and we have construction. We're supposed to be able to make this trip in about a little over 2.5 hours from our house. But we have been on the road now for 2.5 hours and we still have a little ways to go.
It's a family-owned business, third generation.
Alright, so final stages.
This week, the new ones will keep coming in. There's a standard deluxe fifth wheel. Normally it takes 35 working days to build a trailer. Make room in the back to here.
35 days to build one from the back to here.
And Scamp does everything. We make the steel frame, our welding shop makes the frames.
Oh, wow.
The bodies are made in the back, and I'll show you that. Actually, we go around here, you can see the gals do all the curtains and the cushions. Hey. Yeah.
Where all the cushions are made back in here. And than what we had in ours then. Because ours is an 06.
This, I would say that probably into the corner, but
Huh.
Wow. And so you just cut the foam.
yeah.
Wow.
Cool.
And there's a machine that cuts the foam while she's cutting fabric.
She's cutting fabric out. It's all laid out. Neat.
So the building is all new since then, so everything is a little easier to get to. The guys can come in that work here and come back here and get the parts that they need. Here's a trailer like yours. Yeah, you said 16, right? This is going to have the bunks in it. This is from Colorado. This is what they look like before they get insulated, wall cover. We put a top and a bottom together, fiberglass the seam in the middle, and then where the floor and the wall meet, that's also fiberglass. Under the trailer they do the same thing. This one's going to have a fan and just prep it for air conditioning.
Okay.
But you can see the ribs to help support the benches, and spare tires and that.
That's neat.
At least 65% of the trailers that we make are third camper trailers.
So is this a different layout with the window here?
With the bathroom in the front, there's no longer a window. We used to have a little gravel shield, but as the trailers got older, gaskets would crack and break and leak.
Oh,
so we just eliminated it. Put a fan in the bathroom instead. All the parts for the trailer, the bench, the counter, the shower stalls, that's all done here. Do stuff that will fit into some of the other old trailers that have no place to go. A lot of our stuff will still fit into the bowler. Wow. Bowlers, they'll come down and pick up stuff. The station puts in certain things and it moves to the next one.
So this is the insulation that they put in. So if anybody's ever wondered if it's just the rat fur, then the rat fur goes over the top?
Or whatever they want, that is glued on top of this.
Okay, because we've always wondered if there was insulation between the rat fur and the wall.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool to know.
They're just bringing a top there. That's the top for one of these 13. That just came out of the mold this morning. They cut the windows out. They'll set it on there and start putting it together. That's the picture. That's the new jacks right there. Instead of the ones that you pull out of the buckles, sometimes you get rusty and they won't pull and they won't release. These have a little crank.
Oh, so they're doing it scissor.
I'm going to say 3 months maybe.
Can you, if we ever decide, can those go on the older campers too? Okay.
This one's going to Oregon.
Order sheet.
On that, and it's going to look like that one back there.
Oh.
They clamp the seam and then lay fiberglass matting into the seam from the inside. And then once it gets down to the other end, then they put the aluminum belly band and re-rivet it. This is the top for the other one. That's what they look like when they come out of there. And then we cut holes in them. 40 below, that hurt back here because then it takes too long to dry. And they've got the fans on to get the fumes out, so it sucks all the warm air out of the gals because they're on the end of the line down there. So there's 77 different mold pieces back here that make up the tops and the bottoms and all the cabinets and counters. Orange mold back here. That's the top of one of these. When the molds are empty, they're bright orange.
Oh, really?
And then they clean them, and then when it's cleaned, then they will spray it with the paint and the gel coat, which it makes it look like that one there. Once that's dried, then they'll use the chop gun, and it will look like this one here when they're done. This is what we lost in the fire, just about kept us from making it. The cost of replacing these molds is huge. But we had 2 older guys that knew how to rebuild them by hand. Wow. They're spraying fiberglass right there. That's chocolate fiberglass line. Laid into the seam all the way around, so it's critter proof. Then he'll flip it over and he'll do the same thing on the bottom. And there's frames out there. As soon as the time comes, they'll bring those in. Much knows when the critters start.
And you said you guys have 50 employees?
Just under.
Just under 50, okay. And 400 plus trailers?
4 plus, yeah.
Yeah.
It will be up to 4 1/4 to 430 and 421. Just a matter of what happens during the year.
Sure. Well, because I know when we were here 2 years ago, they were saying about 350 is what was, so
96.
So production is up quite a bit then. That's cool.
Trailers are starting to run up, trying to get a bunch of trailers. I want to take a picture of my sign.
Gotta love the sign.
Right? We can do a double set of taillights, but we got to do it when the building's ready.
Oh, wow.
A lot of people are carrying stuff back there and then lower lights get blocked. These are up high. Why take the cars behind fire to see what you're doing? Stop the rear end stuff.
Wow, that's a good idea.
What is the code many sales?
I'm guessing, hi darling. I'm guessing that's going to get started in August.
Okay.
I don't know if it's getting started in August or being done in August.
Okay. Wow.
I would guess it's probably going to be ready to pick up in August.
Okay. And so that's the new rear stabilizers then again.
Yeah.
Lots of them up there.
The gas prices went up.
Oh yeah.
That affected it, and a lot of people got rid of their bigger cars, so they can only pull it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thanks for coming. All right.
much.
So we're gonna do a little walkthrough here just to see how they've changed since we purchased ours. I thought it was interesting that he said right now they're on getting a new camper. If you order now, you're not going to get it till November. When we were here 2 years ago, before we bought Scampy, it was a full year out, regardless of what time of the year you ordered it. But now he said a lot of people are going to be ordering in November, December, so that they can get it in the spring. So they've upped production a little bit. When we were here before, they were producing about 350 a year, and now they're producing about 425 to 435, somewhere in there is what he said. So big difference. They've got a few more workers. I think they were 40 plus employees. Now they're just shy of 50 employees, he said. But every camper that's sitting behind us right now is either just a model or it's already sold. They said they've got none for sale, just like when we were here before. There wasn't any for sale. There's no used ones. He says it's extremely hard still to find them. So they're super popular campers. And I don't know, with all the noise inside, another interesting thing was that he said they can do all the bowler, a lot of the bowler replacement parts too, the fiberglass stuff. So I thought that was really cool, that if you've got a bowler, you can bring it here to the Scamp factory and a lot of the molds still fit. Pretty neat. So because this has the gold lettering on it, it tells you that it's a deluxe model, which means it has wood on the inside instead of fiberglass, which Sarah and I didn't really like. And tell them why you didn't like that wood instead of the fiberglass.
We really like the fiberglass because it's super easy to clean.
And the wood, to me, would take on moisture and warp and things like that. But they said you can get the gold Scamp stamp on the side if you wanted it, even on just a regular model. But this is just a 13. And this doesn't have the carpet on the floor. This is linoleum in here, so this is pretty cool though. But it would be definitely too small for our family. This one has the front bath, which is bigger than what we have.
With the tiny little sink.
The tiny cute little sink in there. But it's got, you know, the wood cabinets. So here's a 16. This has got that awning. And it looks like, I mean, the air conditioner is just as tall, but it looks like the newer air conditioners that they're using might be a little bit,
Streamlined.
yeah, a little bit more streamlined at least. What is this little thing here? Is that just a vent?
I think it's a fridge.
Oh, that's for the fridge. Oh, okay.
At least.
Yep, because
Oh,
it
this
says
one's
Dometic.
locked.
Oh, that one's locked, okay. They've got some new hinges, new locks. Ours is the old style handle that we pull down here. This has got this on it. They're more of your typical camper door. Same front end though. So all of these along here are all sold. These are all brand new, ready to go. So somebody there went without the air conditioner, pretty stripped down. Oh, maybe that's an older one? It doesn't even have a stamp on it. Huh. I wonder if that one was just in for repairs or something. Interesting. So all of these all have tags on them. They're all somebody's. They don't need somebody to love. It's horrible. So here's the 19. If we were ever going to upgrade our 16, we would definitely go to this before we went to any other camper.
Oh, I have a name on it.
Oh, that's somebody's camper, so I guess we can't look on the inside of it.
Nope.
All of these here are sold. As you can see, like he said, what was it, 65%
65%
are just the 13-footer models. And all of these are 13s, and these are all sold. So like he said in the shop, if you couldn't hear over all the noise, Scamp makes everything in-house, including all of the frames. So their frame shops are over there. They weld up all the frames, get them all ready to go, so you can take a look at what they all look like. He said all of the 16 and 19 foots now come standard with a 2-inch receiver and a step. So that's what this little step out thing is here. It's set up to be able to mount the step on it. We had to weld an extra bar on ours to make it work. But you can kind of see anyways what the steel frame looks like and how it's made and built. I like the front-facing handle on this.
Yeah. Ours is the top spinner.
Yeah, ours is the top spinner. And there's our Scampy. Last day we'll see it for about a month. They're about a month out on them, so a couple weeks into August, hopefully we'll have her back. So the things that we're having done is we're going to have them replace the tires, because I'm pretty sure, even though they're not weather checked and they're not in bad condition by any means, I'm pretty sure those are the original tires on there. So we want to pull those off and get a new set on our running tires and one back on the spare. The major thing that we're having repaired is this filler here. What ends up happening is as you fill it up, it leaks into the inside in the tank that's down in here. I shouldn't say the tank doesn't leak. There must be a little hose that goes in here and goes down to the tank, and that's where it leaks. So by the time we fill up our 6-gallon, 6.5-gallon tank, there's about a gallon worth of water that we've actually pulled out. It just started getting pretty bad here the last camping trip, so we figured, well, we need to get that fixed if we're going to be doing a lot of boondocking. We're also going to have all of our lights on the inside and the outside upgraded just to LED bulbs. Have them put in a rear receiver hitch, 2-inch, and then I also want to see if that new style of scissor jack, how much that would cost to get that on there, because that would be a lot easier to use at camp. So all of these lights here are going to be updated to LED, just the bulbs, not the lights themselves. So they only charge you for the bulb, I guess, which is nice. But underneath here, what happens is it leaks along this side or along that side there, and it kind of gathers down in here. So every time we fill up this tank when we're boondocking or at a state campground, we have to have towels shoved down in here on the floor to gather up all the water. Otherwise, we're afraid it's going to run down behind us here and get onto the carpet. We're also going to have them replace this cap. As you can see, one of the little prongs broke off. It still stays on there, but for longer trips, I just want to be safe and not have it dangling and fall off. So they're going to replace that cap for us. So overall, a great experience. That was probably my third time at Scamp Campers. I was there, we were there when we first looked, before we bought Scampy, like probably 3 months before we bought Scampy. We went in there just to price out brand new ones. This was 2 years ago, and actually it was probably August. Yeah, it would have been August of 2017. I think it was August of 2017 or 2016. 2017 it must have been. And it was a great experience then. We didn't get to take the tour, so that's why we took the tour this time. I went in right after we bought Scampy. In fact, we bought it up in, did we figure out it was Leonard, Minnesota?
Yeah.
Leonard, Minnesota. And so that was about 2 hours northwest of Bacchus. And so which we figured out it is Bacchus, right? Or did he say Bacchus?
I think he said Bacchus.
Oh yeah, he said Bacchus. It's all confused in my head now.
We have to turn here.
We have to turn here, okay. So, yeah, so it was in Bacchus, Minnesota. It's confirmed from a local Bacchus?
Don't confuse yourself.
It's Bacchus. So, But yeah, so went up there right after I bought Scampy on my way home and bought a cover because we weren't sure where we were going to be storing Scampy at that time, if we were going to be able to even store her inside. Yes, it is a her. And and then this was our third time going to the Scamp factory, Scamp dealer. We didn't get to go inside. They did not have a 19-foot model. That was the only disappointing part. We wanted to see the inside of a 19-foot again. So maybe when we pick it up in the middle of August, when we pick Scampy up in the middle of August, maybe we'll get a chance to do that then. But great experience. It was super fun getting to just take the tour. Really informative, really nice people there. The service department was really great. Sorry, the roads are super bumpy, so if it's really bumpy right now, that's what's going on. And then one thing that we did decide to add, because the price just seemed right, was they have a new scissor jack system for the back. Our jacks that pull out from underneath, they're kind of cumbersome and a little bit annoying to use. So they put a new, they just started doing it like 3 months ago. They have a scissor jack system now that they use in the rear of all their Scamp campers. So guys, that's our trip. Until next time, God bless.